and welcome to a very short, sharp and snappy DieCastRestos episode. I'm Jason and this is the Matchbox 57A Wolseley 1500 in the range from 1958 until 1961. This model didn't have a particularly long lifespan in Lesney's range, and it didn't prove to be a popular choice. After just 3 years, it was replaced by the Chevrolet Impala. As such, it didn't have a great deal of variation. All colours were of a pale green shade, and the trim was initially gold, then later silver. It was commonly found with or without taillights painted in. Here is a glimpse of the real Wolseley 1500 in a similar green shade to the model clad in chrome. The model I've got is in good shape structurally, but the paint is flaking away in my hands. The axles have seized and the wheels won't turn independently of one another, so this will need loosening with some WD-40. The only other point of note on the casting side of things is that it was the first model to not start life in the Matchbox range with metal wheels. Instead, it had these chunky grey plastic wheels fitted. Now that the wheels have been freed up, thanks to that WD-40, I can remove them so I can clean them, the base and the axles. I really enjoy these quick restorations of the early models. The construction is so simple, yet the castings are often very detailed to make up for the lack of complicated mechanics. Now I can strip that flaky paint. I've well and truly used up that bag of caustic soda. The Wolseley 1500 was manufactured by the British Motor Corporation between 1957 and 1965, sharing components with the Riley 1.5. Both cars shared the Morris Minor floor pan, but the Riley produced 20 more horsepower than the Wolseley. The Riley was better equipped with twin carburetors, a fully equipped gauge cluster, and a larger braking system. Despite this, the Riley sold 39,500 units, where the Wolseley sold over 103,000 worldwide. BMC Australia produced the Wolseley between 1958 and 1959. It was built alongside the very similar designs of the Morris Major and Austin Lancer. Meanwhile, the Riley was exported to North America, but with less success. Both models were replaced in 1963 by the Alicus Agonis designed BMC ADO 16, a codename for a car sold under 8 different marks. These were Austin, Innocenti, MG, Morris, Riley, Vandenpla and Wolseley. Anyway, now I've got my head around that, the 1500 casting is primed, ready for paint. I used Tamiya TS60 Pearl Green to try and match that original colour scheme, but with just a nice metallic glint to it. I know it looks kind of patchy at the moment, but once it's dried after 2 coats it will look fantastic. I really enjoy the gentle curves and design features of this casting. It's very representative of the real thing. Using my vice grip, I crimp the axles onto the repainted base with the cleaned up wheels attached. Then I can lay down a dab of chrome on the ends of the axles. I'll speed through the process of detailing now. I switch between my 1 and 2mm Molotow chrome pens to fill in the headlights and the grille. It's a gradual process and I take a lot of pride in the results, so I'm sure to take my time. Brief glimpse of my bespectacled head here as I dab in some chrome ready for the red for the taillights. Before I put away my chrome pen, I'm sure to colour in the front and rear bumpers cast on the base. And with the steadiest of hands, I confidently slather the red paint on its backside. Once dried, all I need to do is attach the body to the base and screw it all in place. So let's remind ourselves what we started off with. It was suffering the paintwork equivalent of psoriasis, flaking off at every opportunity, while it wasn't able to travel far either with a rusty undercarriage. Quite the collection of ailments, if I don't say so myself. So I unstuck those wheels and scraped off that paint, and here is what it looks like now. Resprayed in that fresh and gorgeously smooth TS60 paint, the model is looking truly ripe again. The pearl and metallic aerosols really produce wonderful finishes. It must just be the consistency because it's ever so silky smooth. I've retouched the bright work and I've also painted in the tail lights. And I've also treated the base to a WD-40 bath to free up the axles. I've then cleaned the wheels and polished the axles, and it's then free to roll once again. Just look at that front end detail though, it looks great with that chrome applied, just like the real thing does. Anyway, that's it from me for today. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and be sure to check out Patreon for a preview of next week's task. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.